Hey guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books, and I am in such a good mood today. The weather is beautiful. It is Memorial Day weekend, and tomorrow is Peter's Book Club live discussion. I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs from the basement. Tomorrow is Peter's Book Club live discussion of I'll Be Gone in the Dark, which I'm literally like 30 pages away from being done. So my full review, probably with spoilers, will be up on this channel tomorrow if you want to watch it before we do the live stream. The live stream will be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouNow. It's linked below, so go check it out. Okay, I will also link it on my community tab on Peter Likes Books YouTube. Okay, let's get right to this video. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is a book haul, kinda, not really, okay, which is why it's called Peter's Kind of Book Haul something. Anyway, I never know what my titles are gonna be before I make them. I was like just sitting over my bookshelf and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna read this summer. Do you guys ever do this? Like you just look at your bookshelves and these two books were sitting over there and they've been on like book hauls and the readathons and everything. I've never like started them. Like I've gotten like maybe a paragraph, a chapter into each of them, but I've never read them, and they're very much summer books. And so I was like, oh, I want to do a video about like books that I want to read this summer, and then I'm going to put them in my cabinet over there. So when I want to read a book, I just go over there and I pick my next book. And I very deliberately picked books that I thought would be fun to read in the summer. These are all books that I previously owned, so it's a haul of old books I already owned. And I thought, you know what? I have so many books that I have never shown on videos. I might start doing that. Like I might start doing like a blue book haul where I show all blue books I have or something like that. I don't know. But I thought it'd be kind of fun because I have so many books over there on my bookshelf. I literally have boxes and boxes down in my basement of books that I've never shown. So I pulled some books that I definitely want to read this summer. And the first one that I'm going to show you, the author sent me last year. She was so sweet. She emailed me several times. I never finished this book last year. I got like 2 chapters in, and that is The Summer That Melted Everything by Tiffany McDaniel. And so I'm definitely going to read this book. It is so fantastic. It's about this kid that like, he's homeless and he comes to live in this town and they think he's like the devil, and it's very good. But it all takes place in this very small town in the backdrop to like the hottest summer ever. So it is very much a great summer read, and I'm really excited about it. So, The Summer That Melted Everything by Tiffany McDaniel. And Tiffany, I promise I will do a full review for you and get this book done. Okay, so that's the first one. The next book that I'm gonna show you, I actually read this book, you guys. I don't even remember when I read it, like years and years and years ago. Oh, she also, did I show you this? She inscribed it for me. Look at that. I love when authors do that. I think that's so cool. Okay. So years and years and years ago, I mean literally probably when I was like in my early 20s, I read this book. And the story somehow had such a profound effect on me that I've always remembered it through all these years. Bits and pieces of the story. Like always when I'm like in a grocery store parking lot, I like if I'm just sitting there in the car in the summer, I think of this book. And the book actually is part of a series, and I didn't know that. And there's like 4 books in the series. And the book is Homecoming, Cynthia Voigt, the first book in the celebrated Tillerman cycle. And I want to read the whole series this summer. If you don't know what it's about, I will read part of it to you. Dicey felt all along that there was something odd about the trip with her mama, her sister Maybeth, and her 2 brothers, James and Sammy. They were going to see and perhaps move in with the great Aunt Scylla they never met. Then Dicey's murky misgivings were abruptly focused when Mama left them all in a parked car in a shopping center and did not return. And it's all about them basically like finding a place to live. And it's fantastic. It is really good. And I'm really excited about reading it again. And I think I got this at half price books for really, really cheap. So that's the next one. Okay. Then the next one, I actually talked about not too long ago on here. I may save this for a readathon, but the third one is out now, and I have the first 2, and that is Lumina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And then there's Gemina, and now the third one is out. Lumina? That would be a mix of both, right? I don't know. But I think they're gorgeous covers. To me, it seems a little overwhelming. I've had so many people tell me they love it, and I've had so many people tell me that they did not like it. So I don't know what I'm going to think about it, but everybody told me if you're going to read it, read it. Don't listen to it on Audible. So I am going to like dive into this summer. I'm excited about it. So that's it, and I have Gemina over there. Oh, hold on, I got to pile these up for my picture at the end. Okay. And then the next book I bought several years ago, and I thought that I would like come right home and just read it right away. And that is Hold Me Closer, the Tiny Cooper story by David Levithan. If you don't know who David Levithan is a mostly, not everything, but mostly LGBT writer. Well, that's not true because he has a movie coming out based on his book, which is called Every Day, which is where like this soul named A goes in and out of different bodies, and he falls in love with this girl named Rhiannon. There was a second book called Another Day, which was from Rhiannon's point of view. The book, by the way, Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night. Happy birthday, Stevie Nicks. Happy 70th birthday. Another Day, in my opinion, never needed to be written or published. It was foolish, and it was basically the exact same book, and I didn't like it. So anyway, I was like, oh, did you lose some creative ideas because you just came up with the same book? Basically, he was writing, like, I read where he got the idea for the book. It doesn't matter. That's another video. Okay, so this is the Tiny Cooper story. Tiny Cooper was in Will Grayson, and this is his story. Especially for those of us who ordinarily feel ignored, a spotlight is a circle of magic with the strength to draw us from the darkness of our everyday lives. Watch out, ex-boyfriends, and get out of the way, homophobic coaches. Tiny Cooper has something to say, and he's going to say it in a song filled with honesty, humor, and big, lively, belty musical numbers. Hold Me Closer is the no-holds-barred and many bars held entirety of the beloved musical first introduced in Will Grayson, the award-winning bestseller by John Green and David Levithan. Tiny Cooper is finally taking center stage, and the world will never be the same again. Now, this is partly why I haven't read it, because it's all done like as a script with songs in it. I don't love musicals. Don't kill me for that. I just don't. They're not my favorite thing anymore. 525,600 minutes. That's the only line I know. Anyway, I never even saw the movie. I will never forget when that Rent movie came out, and I rented it on DVD back in the day, and I had my Fountain Coke sitting right next to me. I was so excited to watch it, and it started, and I was like, this is a rock opera musical? No thanks, okay? I went and watched something like the Brady Bunch movie or something anyway. So I'm going to read this. I'm real excited about it, kind of. Not really. I'm not that excited about it, but I do want to read what Tiny Cooper had to say. So, all right. Now, the next couple, you guys are going to be surprised by some of these. Probably not this one. The Serpent Kant has been on my list forever by Jeff Zentner. I started reading something of his I got at the library. I can't remember what it was, but a kid whose friend passed away. And so I have this actually on Audible, so I know I will listen to it this summer. So I think this is kind of a summer book. Dill has had to wrestle with vipers his whole life at home as the only son of a Pentecostal minister who urges him to handle poisonous rattlesnakes, and at school where he faces down bullies who target him for his father's extreme faith and very public fall from grace. The only antidote to all this venom is his friendship with fellow outcasts Travis and Lydia. But as they are starting their senior year, Dill feels the coils of his future tightening around him. The end of high school will lead to new beginnings for Lydia, whose edgy fashion blog is her ticket out of their rural Tennessee town. And Travis is happy wherever he is, thanks to his obsession with the epic book series Bloodfall, and the fangirl who may be turning his harsh reality into real-life fantasy. Dill's only escapes are his music and his secret feelings for Lydia, neither of which he is brave enough to share. Graduation feels more like an ending to Dill than a beginning, but even before then, he must cope with another ending, one that will rock his life to the core. Does Dad die? I'm just guessing, but if I was the writer, that's what I would make happen. Okay, so, I'm so bad. Now, if you guys heard me talk about Brent Hardiger on here many times, he wrote the Geography Club series, the Russell Middlebrook series, it's also well known as. He is one of my favorite authors of life. It is hands down the best LGBT series ever written, period, end of story. It takes you from Russell Middlebrook as, I think, a sophomore in high school or junior in high school, all the way through to being like 30, and it is fantastically done, and I loved every minute of it. It's funny, it's endearing, it's raw, and it's real, and Brent Hardiger, I would consider him a friend. He really helped me a lot when I was writing my book. He's one of the most genuine people I've ever met. He is a true artist, and I love him so much. And I found this actually at Goodwill. The Last Chance Texaco, author of Geography Club, Brent Hardiger. And now this is what is so interesting about it. And I messaged him and I told him that I'd gotten this. Are you ready? Okay, I got this at Goodwill. It is signed by Brent Hardiger. And I have it. So here is The Last Chance Texaco, which I love that title. I think that title is fantastic. The guy looked at me with a stare that would have frozen antifreeze. You the new groupie, huh? Yeah, I said, so no one wants you here. Why don't you go back where you came from? I can't go back, I wanted to say. That was the thing about living in a group home. There was nowhere for me to go but forward. I'm so excited. It's real short too. So that's the next one. Okay. The next one I guess everybody will probably guess because I've said I wanted to read it all year long. Last year I said I was going to finish the whole series in 2017. That didn't happen. And that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now let me tell you, I'm preparing for this, okay? The other day, because all the Harry Potter movies are free right now on cable, so I turned on Harry Potter, the original movie, and I watched it again in the background, kind of, because I was like, I don't remember everything that happens. So, yeah, I'm gonna read this summer. I already, like, I started this and I got like, I can tell where it laid. So 71 pages, I guess. And then I took the bookmark out, put it back on my bookshelf. You ever do that? All right. Somebody mentioned this to me in a live stream the other night. They're like, have you ever read these books? And I was like, I think I have that book somewhere on my bookshelf. And so when I was looking, I came up, I found it, and I was like, I'm going to pull it down. I have had like 3 or 4 people tell me to check these books out. And that is Blue is for Nightmare by Lori Ferrier-Stallers. And I Know Your Secret. Stacey Brown has lots of secrets. I love that name, Stacey Brown. Her crush on her best friend Drea's boyfriend, the spells she casts and the nightmares that come true. Now she's dreaming about Drea and a psycho stalker. She should have called the book Psycho Stalker. Saving Drea will take all the magic and courage Stacey's got, and everyone's secrets will have to come out. Not mine. Okay, so anyway, Laura Ferrier-Stallers' best-selling series started with... I need to stop making videos today. I'm starting to lose it, see? Laura Ferrier-Stallers' best-selling series started with Blue is for Nightmares and continues with White is for Magic, Silver is for Secrets, and Red is for Remembrance. I was going to come up with one. Purple is for Poopy Pants. She grew up in Salem, Massachusetts. Well, of course she grew up in Salem, Massachusetts. Girl, I don't believe that, not one bit. She grew up in Salem, Massachusetts. Salem witch trial. Anyway, Blue is for Nightmares. I'm going to read it this summer. It looks real short, so anyway. Okay. Then the next 2 I'm real excited about. The first one is Black Rabbit Summer by Kevin Brooks. Now, this is not a really well-known book, and it's about these kids that, like, they all get together after one last summer. My neighbor is in the backyard. I mean, this just kills me. Every time I try to film a video, my neighbors are out back there. But anyway, so it's about all these friends that get back together, then something like a murder happens. I don't know. I'm so excited about it. What does it say? Listen, Pete, you know that... Okay, wait. Pete Bolin was busy doing nothing that summer. Long, stiflingly hot, lazy days stretched ahead of them. Then she called. It was Nicole. Listen, Pete, you know that fun fair up at the recreation ground? I thought we could all meet up, you know, for old time's sake. But where there are old times, there are old tensions, and as secrets, bitterness, and jealousies resurface, 5 old friends are plunged into the worst night of their lives. Doesn't that sound so good? And it says summer. I've heard great things about this. And then because it's about 5, I have to carry that on with 5 Nights at Freddys, The Silver Eyes by Scott Cawthorn. And this is based on a video game, but like I think the 2nd and 3rd book are out after this. 10 years after the horrific murders at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that ripped their child apart, Charlie, whose father owned the restaurant, and their childhood friends reunite on the anniversary of the tragedy and find themselves at the old pizza place, which had been locked up and abandoned for years. After they discovered a way inside, they realized that things are not as they used to be. The 4 adult-sized animatronic mascots that once entertained patrons have changed. They now have a dark secret and a murderous agenda. I didn't put 1 period in there. But I read like 2 chapters of this last year and loved it. I don't know why I didn't finish it, so I'm going to. So that's just the beginning of the books that I'm going to read this summer, and I was so excited about it. Don't you love my thumbnails? So I'm so excited about it. Which ones of these do you think? I feel like I'm in school again. Hi. Except for that I never took books to school. You're a nerd if you hi. No, I did. I had a backpack. But anyway, I sure wouldn't open in those books. If I did, I would have graduated with better grades than I did. We won't go there today. Okay, anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your summer. And I will see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye.